Okay, starting a new one. And let's see if this is gonna just work. Kind of manhandle it through, because this is a cool track though. Because I don't understand what I was doing wrong. And we gotta get this working. All right. Oh my God. Something about scheduling a stream ahead of time and then trying to get my encoder to recognize it and go live into it doesn't predictably work. I'm really sorry that worked last time, and I did exactly the same thing that worked last time. It didn't work this time. Boring. Anyway, Pillsmith's here. All right, Paul Robinson's here. Track feedback Thursday the 16th. I'm going to close that last browser window, and seriously, I'm going to completely practice with this next time to schedule them and put them in, because I want to have the cool links and the replays ready to go. We're listening to a mix set from Swounds, and that's about to stop. And let's get right into it. So the first thing I want to start off with is Ian Waters had a little intro to a DJ set, which I thought would be a cool way to open up the show, because he's like making a little starter thing. So let's kick this off right here.
Thank you. Come again.
And this is going to be for, if you don't know DJ Waters, he plays like 200 BPM hardcore style Gabber tracks. Thank you, Whoa. Mark, yeah. Mr. Melvis, yeah. All right, so we're here. If somebody could paste this link over to Discord in the YouTube section, that would be a big help. I'm so sorry that's confusing. Definitely going to get this worked out. Couple glitches, but we're all here.
Of life that is the rave scene, the newbie raver is the seedling.
Turn up DJ Waters.
Infinitely enthusiastic and unjaded, who knows where this young sapling could end up?
Oh. I guess I can't comment on Discord while playing from Discord. The good news is you can now.
Thank you. Come on.
Okay. Here we are, 20 seconds in DJ Waters. The good news is now you can upload audio directly into Discord and play tracks like this.
Circle of life that is the rave scene, the newbie raver is the seedling.
Okay.
Infinitely enthusiastic and unjaded, who knows where this young sapling could end up? Ends another chapter in the world of the ever-fascinating rave scene. As the sun rises and security start, couldn't tell you the name of the DJ.
Okay, we're at 1 minute. This is a 2-minute intro. Security can't tell
Come
you.
with me as I travel through this strange and controversial environment. The rave scene. And our journey begins with the Candy Raver. At the opposite end of the spectrum, pros are the alphas of the rave scene.
This is a funny story about the rave scene.
Thank you. Come again.
And this would probably be DJ Waters talking over the intro at this point. I'll take over that role for him. But it sounds good. The audio samples and the voices are at the same level. Duration gives you what you need for an intro.
Thank you. Come again.
And then you can drop the beat on there. So that's cool. I'm going to go to my user settings. What was that little thing about muting? To mute deafen. Yeah, okay. And now let's get into the tracks. So we're going to start with Soroboros. That's a new one. Thanks for joining and signing up right now. I'm not sure how new or old this track is, but it says Trap from 6 months ago. And we're going to listen to, as always, sound design, song structure, and the mix. This is about a 4-minute track. Let's see what we got. Oh, Todd Mavis, yeah, you tried that, but does it allow others to download it? About uploading, so you can upload 50 megs of audio right into Discord. It saves you time from having to go through SoundCloud and everything like that. I'm not 100% sure if other people can download it. I think probably yes. So you might not want to do that with tracks that you need to copyright or something, but it's an option that I like for test mixes because you can export a minute of a mix and just put it right up right away and get feedback on it when you know it's not a finished track. So here we go, Soroboros. Nice vocals, man. Nice vocals, nice vocals. Super buzzy and bassy. I like it. Yeah, I'm sinking into the vibe. Super wide. I like how I can still hear the piano layers. I'm thinking the vocal could be a little louder and more out front compared to that buzzy synth. Because the high frequency end of the bass line, that it's like brrr. Okay, right here the vocal could be a little louder than the piano. Sounds like the piano has two layers, like a little melodic pluck ping and the piano chords. And hold on. Okay, I want to talk about piano dynamics. It's cool to have the piano layer in the track with the hard dubstep growl bass and everything. One thing I'm noticing is about piano velocity. I'm pretty sure you're not recording this in a room with mics, right? It sounds like the piano, like every note is the same note velocity, which means intensity of sound or the samples or whatever are getting triggered loudly with like the same sound. And the way the chords are playing with the flow of the track, a live pianist would be subdued at this part and be playing softer or more muted, and we're not hearing that in the track. So one thing you could do if you're into development on piano is work with your note velocities in the different song sections. So when you get to a breakdown like this, the note velocities come down, have velocity mapped to your low-pass filter so that when you touch the keyboard lighter, the notes have a cutoff filter frequency that's lower, just down to like 2,000 or something. And conversely, when you hit the keyboard hard, or you have a high note velocity, the piano sounds brighter and louder. So you want to map two things to your piano. The velocity of the notes should go to volume and to filter, low-pass filter cutoff frequency. That way, the piano is going to sound more realistic and it's going to flow with the song. Because during the loud parts, I made a comment like, oh, I can still hear the piano. That was cool. It's coming through underneath that growl of the bass line, and it's holding in the mid-range in a nice, like, textured chord way. But when we get to this breakdown and it's just the vocal, my first thought was I want the voices louder, and I thought, how do you make that happen? And actually bringing the piano down a little bit with a little bit of a low-pass filter and a little lower volume would work. Let me know if that makes sense, because I think that would help. Back to 231 right here. Heck yeah! Vocals could use a little more reverb.
Keeping secrets in my guitar.
That bass is sick though.
I'm hustling, little mama. I'm so grounded for a big star. Left my dad to get guap. Rollies that don't TikTok. Maybe I've been in this game too long. Eminem Stones, feeling like Mike Jones. Bad bitch, give me sick, I'm Don John. I spit poetry, no Love Jones. And you gon' see me, but you never
Right
see
here,
my
it's good that there's no
pain.
piano.
Strange when you got up in the rain. What you see? They don't know how it feels. They don't know how
That bass is like all around my head. I love it. That bass sound is making me happy. It's like. Okay. How are y'all feeling on that kick drum at 3 minutes and 50 seconds? I'm going to roll that back a little bit. I love it when people give us song sections with only a few parts at a time. Let's just dig on that kick for a second. Right here.
One day I'ma make it. One day I'ma cop my twin brother.
Do we need more kick? Anybody?
Go back to my old high school scheme. Told you, Mr. Danish. I told you, Mr. Danish. Fucking told you, Mr. Danish.
Yeah, how did you make that bass? What instrument is that coming from?
Gave up. One day I'ma look back and be glad that I broke up with my jealous ass ex-boy.
Yes.
Man, he a hater. One day I'm my prayers. One day
One more time on that kick drum.
ex-boy, man, he a hater. One day I'm my prayers. One day I'm my prayers.
It works. It's okay. Maybe a little more kick drum. And the vocals are so cool. It's like a slow R&B female vocal track, but with this super growly stuff happening. That was not an ending. That was a fade out that chopped off at the end and left us hanging. Not a big problem. We knew it was coming, but not bad. I don't know. I was wondering if the kick drum maybe could be a little more like just like exploding inside your body, but that could be a mastering thing. Overall, this track is amazing. It feels so good with that bass sound, the motion, the growling, and the way it's like on the top end, that crunchy flutter thing that's happening in the high frequencies is super cool. Ian is always going to say more kick. If you ask Ian, turn up the bass. A little more punch, little, yeah. And I actually thought the kick could have a little less high frequency on there because there's so much high frequency stuff in the bass line. You don't really need the smack on the top of the kick drum, like that click, you know? I don't think you really need that in this track, but that's a super detailed thing. Female vocals sound great, feel great. That could be a little louder, and you could, a way to get it to be louder might be to like triple track it, pan the copies left and right, add more reverb on, you know, like the group, and have it stereo wide, and have the lead like right up in the center. And the bass is nice and wide too, so there's space in the center for the vocal, which is super cool. And we talked about the piano. Bo said the kick could be more punchy. Vocals need more reverb, like a plate. Yeah. Plate reverb, yeah. Bo, where are my bros at? What happened to you, man? The bros. So great track. I like that a lot. Bring it back. And remember, everybody in the universe, tattoo this on your brain. When you export a mix, fade it down, count to 5, and then press stop. It's so easy to cut off the tail of your recording. And you never know when that recording might be the keeper, so you don't want to cut off your tails. Just let it roll a couple more seconds. Take your loop braces, drag them like 4 grid lines farther than the end of your last reverb tail, and make sure you remember your reverb tails are going to decay beyond where you can hear it. So watch your meters. If there's anything green, let it go. Mark Troy, I'm leaving in 20 minutes. Can you play my track next? You guys, yes. Surely to God I can find it. I did click in already, and while I'm just scanning here, come on, finger. Waters, Danats, Shepherds, OSP. Okay, Wild Horse version 3. What I want you guys to do is when you post the track in the channels for the feedback, immediately set it to a thread. There's a little button that's like above the, kind of like where you go to click an emoji comment or something, where you can set it to become a thread. And what that's gonna do is like underneath, like if you post it in house, then underneath you'll see there's a couple little sub things under there. When you set your track link to be a thread, then all the comments are gonna show up underneath only that track. So instead of going into the house category and seeing all the comments for everybody in the same place. It'll be more like one link, comments under there, another link, comments under there, which means when you post your track, you can go to that sub thread and find the comments from people and get the comments you want instead of having to look at everybody all the way down. If you guys are already getting drunk, okay, here we go. Mark Troy, Wild Horse, version 3. Okay, that's me raising the level. I like that swell. That was cool. 102. Okay, you passed the bass cave test. Ooh, Ennio Morricone vibe. Interesting, yeah? Oh man, I like the rhythm. It's like ticka 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 ticka. That little synth coming in there. I'm feeling like the snare drum could come up, and I'm not sure if we've said this before in your other tracks, but the clap snare, that position, when it clicks, it hits harder overall. Oh my god, the track names. Right. 3 minutes, building up. A lot of synth layers too, that's cool. Melody, the wide one, the bass. All right, great. So we had a wash of sound and we're into the breakdown. Love it. Here's some LFO modulation. Ooh, did you hear that disco drop in there? Pew, pew, pew. Let me go back. Hold on a second. Because we had a beautiful wash into the breakdown. Not too long of a breakdown, which is perfect for this style. builds up again, and then the drop was like an anti-drop. It was just like the kick came back like underneath. And there were these little disco going pew, 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 those like classic disco sounds. Let's just listen to that one more time. We're at 410 right here. 405. Boo, boo, boo. Make those louder. That was cool. And it comes in with only the kick drum, no hi-hat, no clap, no beats. Kind of subtle. Good late night track. That's cool. Whoosh, 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 whoosh. And 443, we got the beats coming back in. I like it with a little high shelf EQ lift. Bring out the hi-hats and the clack clack, you know? Still trying to mix it properly. I think the mix is pretty close, man. Especially because the sections all fit together, like the synths, the bass line, the beats. I mean, everything is in its own frequency range, so it's easy to fit them together. Yeah, I would definitely call this melodic techno. And that, nice work with the synths. So we're at 545, feels like it's slowing down a little bit. I would like to have this whole percussion group compressed harder and brought up louder, because I hear some subtle stuff in the background, like little shuffle kind of hits. Like little rolls and stuff. Oh. Kind of tricky, almost an ending. Okay, right here. I can hear that all the beats that we need are there, but I would take the whole percussion group, make a stereo drum mix, even hit it with drum bus, hit the compressor switch to squash it, make that a parallel track, and bring that up underneath. So you have like that, you know, shuffle groove kind of thing happening, but underneath it. All right, we're gonna have to hear that again. But just to finish the thought, if you have like, the way you have the drums mixed right now is kind of soft and subtle, and it works for the minimal late night feel. But if there was a compressed, hard layer of drums that you could have on a parallel send or something, then when all the synths are in and you're like in the beat, like at 443 when the beats come back in, then it could be like, and really have that like cut through underneath. So try that. I think you could figure that out. Parallel compress, blend with the dry. Yeah, wet, dry. Oh man, your Sonar works. Oh, dirty Sonar works, causing trouble. I want to hear the ending again because something really cool happened at the ending. Let's just check this out. So we're coming in at 637. All right, now that's an ending. Great track. Oh, Jeannie's here. Yeah, the guitar track. Yeah, man, so many good elements in there. I talked a bunch about it. I hope you grab the notes and can make some updates. I'm not going to be able to summarize everything I said, but I think you get the idea. The beats, everything was flowed. Yeah, it was cool. You got a couple of fans in here ready to grab that one. Now, speaking of Paraverse, we're going to go through the updated version of Waiting for Connection, and I'm going to change the song name first this time. Paraverse, waiting for Steve to type in the name of the song and not forget. Click, button, press, and there we go. Waiting for Connection. Here's my mic noise. That bass is awesome. This sounds great. Okay, 109. This low bass line note right here, whoa, that feels a little weird with the kick drum, but it's okay. I don't even remember what we told you to do last week, but this sounds amazing. Yeah, solidly in there with Massive Attack. Did you have like... And the guitar, yeah. Yeah, nice space, nice air. Really good how the drums doubled the rhythm right there to speed up the feel. Oh, the flute. Is there like a wooden flute in there? And Jeannie, you're doing a great job to get all these instruments in the mid-range with the guitar and the synths and the voice and everything coming and going and like sharing the mid-range. I think 257. We need a cymbal crash. Can you put a crash in there? Cut the bass low end for the kick to come through. Yeah, the kick is so much better right now. That synth right there is a little louder than your voice. It's working, but don't be afraid to put the ooh. And did your voice? All right, did your voice crunch out a little bit? I heard a little like burnt toast on the top of the vocal at that loud thing, which sounded really good. At 329 right there, the voice got like a little crispy, which was super cool. My favorite thing in here is that I can't quite tell when the voice and the synth are like playing the same note and merging in and out of each other. I think that might have just happened right there, or maybe it was distortion on the vocal, which was also cool. I want to go back to 109, because the first time I heard it, I was like, getting goosebumps about the melody of a synth and the voice coming together. Sorry. Okay, 53. Let's listen to this blend of the vocal melody line and the lead instruments. Right there, around 113. It's like I'm almost not sure if it's the vocal or the singer or the other thing. And then a comment right here, 122. The guitar is super filtered into like this little bandpass filter, and it still sounds great. With guitars, you don't need a full range, like massive stack. Just a little thin, like screechy guitar can sound great, fit in the track, and not take up space away from anything else. Flute layer is an atmosphere. Oh my God. Okay, a crash, yeah. Take last synth bit. Yeah, so the only thing that I really, really want you to change right now is at the end, there's your voice. And that synth swell is a little louder. And that one. I think you could bring your voice up louder. That synth swell felt great. A little compression on that would allow it to feel like it's swelling and doing the same dynamic ramp, but it doesn't overpower the vocal. And just don't be afraid to put your voice out there louder, because remember, you hear it inside your head and you think it's loud, but it's actually not that loud. And Martin's saying the overheads sit nice in the mix. Yeah, yeah. I really like how in the breakdowns you kept the drums going, but the ride cymbal went on the half tempo. 147. So it slows everything down and chills it out, but it's not like a breakdown where the drums stop. It's just like you could see somebody on stage in a trip-hop band, or maybe right-handed. Let's see where this comes back in. Okay, right there, 213. That's a spot where you could use a nice long crash cymbal to just like whoosh, and put a high pass filter in it, kind of like I did with my mouth, like whoosh, so you get the sizzle at the end of the crash, but it's not like a heavy metallic bell on there. And then there was another one, 240, I think 259 or something like that. Because that synth does a nice swell. And 257, yeah. Man, beautiful track. How did you get Beth Orton to sing on here? It's great. Such a vibe. It's like I just feel like it's in the blue-purple world, that like in your studio photo. So let us know when we can support you and buy a copy of that track, get it mastered, and if you want to ask somebody like Pivclit or somebody to just take a look at the low end to make sure that your lowest bass note is working with the kick drum, I think they're okay, but again, I'm in headphones and talking and stuff, so you want to get that checked out to make super sure it's solid. I love the feel of this track. Really good job. The layering, the mood, everything's cool. Let's keep going. 1240 already. Wow. All right. Who is... We got Denats, Sheppers, OSP, Bo, and Matt Schultz. And I'm going to do the Matt Schultz balance track, and because we're doing 2-track feedback streams per week, I'm not going to try and play everything. So I think if I can keep this to maybe like an hour or so, it'll be a nice replay that people can watch and be able to absorb. And then Saturday, I can come back in and do more tracks. And Mindbender's putting so many tracks in here, we could do a whole Mindbender episode of track feedback. But here we're going to go, let me title this Matt Schultz. And that is, what's that called? Balance? All right. Jump, jump. All right, 3 more songs and make an EP. Yeah, get the EP done. That's gonna be cool. Matt, this track is in the vibe, man. I want to have a track feedback party where people come in and dance and I just play the tracks. Then you can see how they like it. That'd be cool. Matt Schultz, not satisfied, but took it as an exercise doing variations. Ooh. As always, all synths are made from one synth patch. I didn't know that. Okay, I will make it louder. Hey, Maxime, have fun at the game, man. Thanks for stopping in. And thanks for all your comments on Discord. That's awesome. So you made all this with one synth patch? Okay. ocean of sounds coming in. Speaking of a track vibe party, what I think we should really do is just start DJing with tracks that people make, and then everybody could see how different DJs put the set together, and possibly do a live stream of a DJ set party, which I would love to see happening. Matt, I'm having a hard time thinking of any notes on this track. The vibe is super, super deep. Sounds are all good, mix is working, and it's flowing along. I guess I could probably have some low-end notes when I do some critical listening in the monitors, but for now, it's like legit, man. Afterlife Records, yeah. How did you do that? Did you just put the bass into a delay? Hold on a second. 342. Was that a bass impact with delay on it? Vital chords, pads, different MIDI ASR effects. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah, this is a great example of how genres matter, because Bo is doing trance with these like epic sweeping build-ups, and Matt's like kind of like a calm lake of bass, which are both good. Wow, the wind chimes on the percussion. 420. My favorite thing about Matt's tracks is that the low sub bass note always comes in on an upbeat in between the kick drums. The best way to mix together two sub bass sounds is alternate them in time, where the kick has holes in between and the sub bass comes in between the holes. Then you don't really have to worry about frequency battle, and you can actually sidechain them with each other, just have only one at a time and they're both deep. It's great, man. All the stuff bouncing around and the echoes on top. I just did the old DJ set trick of isolate the mids, do a little mid sweep, pull up the highs, and then make a drop with the kick. That's what I would do in a set. Yeah, this is ready for mastering. Get this mastered, give us a link, let us buy it. Very relaxing, good to end the evening with, yeah. Winter night, fireplace, glass or 3 of wine. You guys. Yeah, I'm gonna let this one play out. We're at 6 minutes, and that's gonna be it for Matt Schultz. I wish I could help you more on this track, but I do not know. I don't have one single comment to make. It sounds amazing. Extra Pro Touch structure-wise. Ooh, the synths sound like they are growling at us. Wait, hold up. What's going on here? Martin Atling. Okay, we got a comment. I put all my sub bass notes on different channels and compress them different instead of compressing the whole bass line. Oh yeah, I know what you mean. When you have a bass line playing different notes, it's really frustrating when each note is showing up at a different level on the meters. So yeah, if you split your bass line so each note is on its actual own channel, you can get compression and leveling on the whole entire bass line as one sound without having part of it super squashed and another part not loud enough. I have encountered that problem. You know what I do that with is selective EQing. That's where I really crossed over into EQing harmonically, where like when you have a bass line that's playing 3 or 4 notes and like maybe the root note is super loud and then the 5th or the 3rd tone on the scale is not loud enough, I would figure out, okay, the bass line is playing these 3 notes, what's the frequency of each note? And then I'd go into my EQ and take like a peak and just boost up the actual frequency of the one note that was not loud enough. And then if there was another note that was too loud, I'd put a little notch EQ and notch down at that exact frequency to make a connection between which note was at which level. And then I could compress it and keep the dynamics and everything going on and have them balanced. So that works well too. You know, Matt, there is space in there for a melody instrument on top that could be a lead of some kind, or, you know, I'll bring back Alan Watts, have him talk a little bit, say some stuff. Terrence McKenna in there. It's not missing anything. There's nothing wrong with it. It's like a super ambient, deep track, but it has the low-end pulse that keeps it from being like a chill-out room track. This is like a groove music. So see what you want to do with that, and I'm going to keep moving on. It's time for some Mindbender, but I only have a little problem of too many tracks. So let me know, should I play Envelope Follower or the Embryonic Rave Thing? Because I got those two, and then the Electro Rework. I'm going to change the title and say Mindbender right now. Type in real quick. Let me know which one you want feedback on, because Mindbender is what we call prolific. And I want to... And I want to play as much of it as we can. Now playing Mindbender. All right. Envelope Follower. And here we go. Was that a time lag on my part? We're playing Envelope Follower. Machine soul, you guys. As always, production's super tight on here. That lead might be a little too squeaky in the mid-highs, you know, 3,000 or something. Liking that organ. I'm liking the low end. Are we gonna get some more drums coming in? Like the white noise snare. It's so cool how arpeggiator tracks have like this bubbling rhythmic feel where you don't need as much percussion because the synths are doing like a ticka ticka ticka. Yeah. I like that synth that's coming and going, like. Got a little reverb happening on that bass arpeggiator. Is this a live set? Is this hardware? Okay, Behringer 200, 2600. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna skip forward because I know your tracks have a long groove that gets hypnotic and stuff. So forgive me for skipping, but I want to jump ahead. We're at 330 right here. Really like the effects on the bass. Wait a minute. 330 again. How'd we get here? That was so cool. Whoosh. Only hardware on this one. All right, got it. Skip out a little bit. We're at 441. Yeah, total vibe. I can hear you tweaking stuffs in a subtle way. We're at 530. Let's hear how we get to the ending. So here's 610. Yeah, how are you getting this low end so tight on these hardware mixes, man? Now, is this a MIDI sequencer going out to hardware, or are you like, where's your song structure coming from? Are you improvising with just loops where you're muting and unmuting on the analog mixer? Or do you actually have MIDI clips in Ableton? Oh, the little fade out delay at the end. I love it. Yeah, I grew up with +8, -8, Autechre. Yeah, Autechre. Hey man, so curious, are you sequencing out a track structure in live with MIDI clips and then just mixing hardware for sounds? Or do you have like, you know, sometimes with hardware you can have like a 16-bar loop where everything is in, everything's playing from the sequencer, and then you just mute and unmute on the board to make the track structure come out, like an improvised live set. So let me know how you're doing that. Ableton sequence everything. Okay, cool. I really like it that people have been asking about a live set channel in Discord for setting up the tech for your live set with the MIDI controllers and the hardware and the mics, especially, and the monitoring, especially, but then also the performance of playing a whole live set like a DJ set so we can hear the flow across tracks that Beat Blender is doing and everything. And I'm interested in that too. That's such a fun thing. I did a lot of that. So this is a great track. It's totally in the groove. Mix is good. A couple of the high frequency notes in the melody at the beginning I felt were like a little screechy, I said, which would be like from 2500 to 5000. You might want to have some mastering EQ on those or like, you know, something like that. But totally good groove and vibe. I said grive. And I love the sound and the feel. So I want to play a little bit more Mindbender because you've been putting a lot of tracks up and tons of feedbacks. So Embryonic Rave Thing. And let me change the name so people know what is going on. Click, 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 click. Never took one typing class. Here we go, track 2, Embryonic Rave Thing. I might skip around a little bit, this 7 minutes, but I'm excited to hear what's happening. Oh, Martin says, I record the different stems, and edit them in Ableton. No way. Oh, we have an offer for a tutorial, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, I'm setting up interviews and production workshops at least once a month, or maybe like every 2 weeks an interview and then 2 weeks for a workshop. So Mindbender, you are on deck. We would love to have a video interview if possible, or some kind of thing to share your process, because going from a MIDI sequencer out to hardware to bouncing stems to mixing them back in as Ableton audio, that's an interesting process. I'm sure people would be into that. So we'll talk about that more. Let's play Embryonic Rave Thing. Instant thumbs up. I feel like this track's gonna explode in a little bit. Yeah. Did you ever make tracks that had like some really weird BPM because the breakbeat would not line up and you had to be like 83.4 BPM to get the loop to work? Hate that. Oh, good. Whoa, yeah. You're another one I want to talk to. Oh, cool. So we can talk about syncing video and music. Definitely. Let's do a Beat Blender interview. That one little sound, pew, hold on. 159. What is that coming from? That should be louder. That sound, pew. Anybody else want more kick drum? Bo is asking for it. This is like one drop, like boom. Yeah. Nice breaks. There we go. $255. We could lose the hi-hat. Let me roll that back. 247. 249. I think you could lose the hi-hat when the snare drum loop cuts out. Not critical, but you know. Yeah, more kick, because we only get 2 kick drum bumps in the whole beat. Right? Yeah. There's only 3. That break is cool. What was that? 315. That was like a snare drum roll with a filter on it or something? Okay, cymbal crash could be louder. These are little mix notes, but overall the track is great, man. It's got such a cool groove. It reminds me of, you know the Mighty Bop? Who is that other guy's other name? Mighty Bop. Was that a Bob Sinclair alias? Like Bob Sinclair down-tempo stuff? And then the squiggly 303, yeah. Nice. Let me skip ahead. I know this track's awesome all the way through. 504, 530, 555. Oh, Bit Crusher and Tape Stop on that one. All right. $612. We can hear the kick drum very clearly right here. It actually feels like those kick drums are not the same velocity all the way through. So yeah, those need to be bigger. I don't think you'll have a problem with that. And the ending, 640. How many times did you buy a record just to have that 4 bars at the end where you could get the breakbeat to sample? Nice, man. Super cool vibe. I haven't heard a track like this for a while. It reminds me of like the Moby stuff or Nice vibe, nice and slow. The acid line is in there. The bass line's cool. A little more kick drum and get it mastered. Yeah, that one sounded great. So let's maybe change gears. We got one DJ. Is Ian, are you still here? DJ Water still with us? Who is here that wants to have a track come in? Mr. Melvis, Todd Mavis, right? But where is it? Was that a YouTube link? Shepherds. Yes, no. Back to Discord. Let me go and find this next one from our everything else. Okay, try this one. Oh, good, 12:04, okay. This is the jazzy riff, so this is going to be some guitar music coming at you. And Mr. Melvis jazzy riff. Let me update the names. There we go. Did YouTube crash for everybody or just for Bo? I hope not for everybody. No, my monitor is still in. Okay, we're going to go to Todd Mavis jazzy riff. Here we go. This is great, that bass line. A little bit of a Stereolab feel with those vocals. Oh my God, this is like a 60s psychedelic vibe with that guitar distortion tone. Who's playing drums on this? That's a nice drum mix. Are you doubling the bass line with a guitar? Did somebody call Wes Montgomery? And those little plucks. This is so cool. In this case, I think the background vocals maybe are a little too wet. They felt kind of swimmy to me. Yeah, it does feel like a live kit. Where are those drums coming from? Do you have those tracked out on individual channels, or is that a loop or a stereo mix right now? Oh, those are guitar notes. With that delay. And inquiring minds want to know, this guitar sound right here, Are you miking up an amp on that? Is that a... What's that sound coming from? Easy drummer programming. Okay, cool. The drums are working good. I think the kick is fine, but the rest of the hi-hats and top end could come a little louder. Tell us a little bit about this guitar tone. That delay is cool. And there's some nice reverb on there. Where's that guitar coming from? 3 layers of bass, low, mid, high. Dang. The guitar is perfect in there. So bright, it's not too much, fills in the space. I'm gonna have to rewind. In fact, we're gonna start over. So good. Yeah, like the crash cymbal could be a little louder. And I really like how when I set the level for the guitars, the rest of the track comes in around it with the sounds at the right volume, so the mix is feeling good. You know what I mean? Like the first sound that you hear kind of tells you where to set the volume. That bass line might be a little loud. Yeah, when I was saying, that's funny. I had a feeling in the beginning like the drums could be louder, but I think when the bass line comes in with those 3 layers, the bottom bass line is a little bit too loud and it's taking space away from the drums. This is really nicely done. Subtle mix notes, bass line down a little bit, drums, top end of the drums up a little bit, kick is in a good spot. And this solo is perfect, right in the right space. This sounds like these Indian funk tracks I've heard from it's like distorted sitar funk breakbeat. It sounds almost like that. That's coming from acoustic guitar? You are full of surprises. You could have told me this was like a band recording and I would be like, sounds good. And it's precise, the bass lines and guitar lines. Then we get the drum solo, that's all cool. Song structure is cool. I like how this has like a drums and bass breakdown. It's nice and like empty, you know? Precise. All right, I like it. Layering, technique. Yeah. So getting a singer. All right, cool. So I guess this is in development. Great start. I'm going to guess that I had to turn it up a lot, so the mix you have right now is a low volume. That's perfect. It's in the right space. The only thing you really need to do that I would say is in the drum mix, if possible, keep the kick drum where it is and bring up the hi-hat and the crash a little bit louder, so they're going to be on top with the brightness. Take the lowest bass part down in the volume a little bit, so it's doesn't come in so like woompy, because the drums come in nice and then that bass line is like whoop, but it's not like a heavy dub kind of song. Atling's out of here. World War III for a moment. All right, bros. Yeah, we got chicks in the group, man. You bros better settle down. And Todd, this is great. Bring it back when you can make another mix, bring the bass line down, the drums up a little bit, and everything else is sounding awesome. And then if you get a singer on there, that would be great. Like, I said I felt like a Stereolab kind of vibe, or like, Brazilian, like, ooh, kind of thing, samba thing. I don't know. All right, it's 1:12. I think I might wrap it up for right now because we have a bunch more tracks. We got more Mindbender, we got some trance, we got some techno, and some house, and DJ Waters. And I don't want to rush it. So I'm going to play a little bit of Danat's track called Phil's Idea for a background. And I just want to show you, everybody, what to do when you post a track. And this is going to be, let me just update this so people know. Here we go. Okay, I'm going to screen share. There's my screen share button. And here we are on Discord. In real life, I don't talk like that. You better not, because We'll put the kibosh on you. So if you can see the Discord screen right now, I want to show you how easy it is to set your track to a thread. And the thing that makes that cool is then people can find it. So like we're in the everything else channel right here. And you can see there's like, you know, we're talking, people saying stuff. Okay, I'm seeing that the YouTube player has a longer feedback. It takes a longer time for updates to show up. I wonder if I actually was going live and it just had like a 45-second delay, so I didn't know it earlier, but I don't think so. Anyway, so when you go into one of the channels, at the top of the channel, it's like, okay, you're in the everything else channel. You can see people talking, and there's a lot of stuff in there. But to make it so that you can find the exact comments under your track, let me find one that's not like this, and then we can fix it. What you can do is create a thread that will let you have just those comments in there. Where's something that... Okay, we'll go to side trends. Let's say that Beat Blender put this track in. This is from 2020, but this is really easy. Up at the top, there's a little icon that says create thread. And you just click that, and this little window opens up, and I could say Beat Blender. So I take the name of the track and go amplify Beat Blender. Then you know the name of the track and which person it comes from. And then there's this little thing, archive after inactivity. I'm gonna set this to a week, which means the thread is gonna stay there, and if nobody comments for a whole week, it'll just automatically become an archive. And then you do create thread. And I think everybody in here has permissions to do that, which makes it great because you can post your link and then right away set it to a new thread so that the first comment that comes in is gonna stay under there, and every other comment is gonna stay under there, and you don't have to scroll up and down through the whole entire channel to find the comments that pertain to your music. I think that'll help. It does lag on comments. Oh no. DJ Waters, I like the way I don't have a genre anymore. What are you talking about? What happened to hardstyle tracks? Isn't that your genre, Ian? Hardstyle? I think so. Talk to Frank. Welcome to Hardstyle Tracks, and then the song Shout is a thread in there. Thread the needle. So if that makes sense, give me a yes in the comments on the YouTube video. I just want to make sure everybody knows what I'm talking about with posting a link, setting it to become a thread, and why we do that so that you can find all the things. And then ideally, when you go to the categories, it'll be like house music, bing, 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 and you can see how many tracks are in there and go right to the track you want to hear. That'll make it easier for me too, because when I want to play your track on a feedback, I can go to the channel, grab all the tracks, and who knows how big this is going to get. Eventually, I might be doing track feedback every day with like, today is house, tomorrow is techno, the next day is electronica, the next day is drum and bass. I don't know. I'd be open to that if it works. You said, Steve, house, techno, and DJ Waters. DJ Waters World. All right, it's about 1:20. Thanks everybody for hanging out, coming with me over on here on Thursday. I'm gonna be back Saturday, but this is important. I got some stuff to do with my mom on Saturday in our normal time slot, so I'm gonna be later. It's gonna start 4 p.m. my time. All y'all over across the pond are gonna be in nighttime, so from 10 to 12 or 10 to 11. I'm gonna do it 4 to 5, 4 till 6 or something like that, and cover all the tracks we didn't play today. 2,000 characters maximum. I don't know what you're talking about. So the next track feedback is Saturday, 4 p.m. I am gonna practice with live streaming into YouTube to make sure it's consistent. I really thought I had it nailed. I did the thing that worked last time, and today it didn't work again. So sorry about that. It's embarrassing for me when I think I'm live and you guys aren't getting it, and I'm like, what the hell? So we'll get that worked out. My favorite thing, I think, is that people are suggesting new channels. Like, oh, we need a channel for live sets. We need a channel for presets. We just started this today. Mindmatter said, hey, I got some Ableton racks and stuff. So now up on the top part on the left side, there's a thing for Ableton presets where people can drop in the files. It's like usually ADG, like .adg or .adv for an instrument or an effects rack. and you can upload the file directly to Discord. Presets, I don't know if you know this, but they're like 10 kilobytes or something. They're so small, and you can just easily upload it, and people can share them. So, preset sharing. You have your son on Saturday. Okay. And thanks everybody who just signed up and joined us. I really appreciate it. I love all the comments that are going on. Seriously, when I go to Discord, I'm like, whoa, there's so much happening. I still really want to listen to every track when it pops up and write timestamp comments at the moment. I don't have time to do that, but I want to do that. So I hope it helps to tell you that I want to do that. And I love seeing you guys seeing all y'all in live videos. Jeannie is the bomb. Your music is so great. And thanks for anchoring us down to keep us from becoming total smelly studio bros who never change our socks. I know you're here to do music, not to keep us online, but we appreciate that. That's going to be it for me. Thank you, Adam Hatfield, Danats. I'll review these next time because I just had it for background music. And all right, that's it for right now. See y'all on Discord, and I'll be back on Saturday.